Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Turn it up, turn it up.
1, 2, 1, 2.
On a Thursday. And here we are. Yeah,
That's loud.
is it loud?
It's a little loud.
But it's okay.
Well, anyway,
It is what it is.
we have arrived. It is Thursday. And it is Get It Together
Yes, indeed.
on Hot 702.5 FM with Jnine.
And Jezzi.
Why do we have a caller so early in the game? But you know, Hot 702.5 FM.
Hi, is MVP still on the radio?
No, it's now Get It Together, but I can deliver a message. What you got?
Oh, I just saw her message. She sent out for people to join in. I'm literally just seeing it though. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Can you tell her that Malika called?
You know what? If she's watching, she will definitely know that Malika called. And tune in. You can still watch. I'm telling you, this show is fabulous. All the shows that come on this radio station are fabulous.
So
You will not be
Can
disappointed.
I see it online or what?
You can go to Facebook, Hot 702.5 FM,
Okay.
or you can download the app and listen to it all day long.
Also YouTube.
Say that thing.
I will do that.
Yeah,
Thank
okay. All right, well, you have a blessed day.
Yes.
You too, ladies.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. all
We like
right.
callers.
What
Y'all
else?
go on
We
ahead and
do.
call
We
in
do.
for Get It Together. We like y'all. Come on through.
702-551-5261. You can call in. You really might want to call in today.
Yes.
We have a guest host
Yay.
that is joining us, and it just wouldn't make sense to not give her an intro real quick so that she can actively participate, because she is the highlight of Get It Together today.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
indeed.
today we have Miss Love Doctor. We are all Hot 702.5 FM family.
Yes, we are.
So there ain't no guest in this house today, so to speak. We are all family. She is a co-host. And so Miss Love Doctor is a true lover of authentic health love, a certified restoration life coach, certified essential relationship coach, certified postpartum doula, and licensed marriage officiant. You better earn
I
somebody.
know, right?
CEO and owner of Keys Royalty House of Love, owner and president of Keys Do Love Mommy's nonprofit organization. She is an on-air personality and host of Let's Talk Love on Hot 702.5 FM. She is about repairing hearts and restoring love, spreading kindness while empowering humans to live healthier, healed lives. Not just healthier lives, but healed lives. And that is her calling. So, welcome.
Well, thank you, guys.
Welcome.
I'm so excited to be on Get It Together.
Good. We're excited to have you. Everybody looking beautiful. So we always start by taking breathers here lately, because
To ground.
we just, we're always rushing. We
Yes.
don't get a chance to really fully settle. So we just take a minute for all the listeners and anybody tuning in to just take a breather. Breathe in, take in all that air, and breathe out. Let all the bullshit go. Be present in the moment, because all we have are moments. And these moments equal memories and lifetimes. So, that felt good.
It always feels really good.
Right?
Yes.
We did. We had tantric sex and tantric healing the last 2 weeks, and the breathing portion of it is put your hand on your heart and hand on your stomach. So when you take the breath, it's more intentional to being in tune with how your breath is being, in and out. Like you started to focus a little bit more on the breathing.
On the breathing.
So I did
they
that.
say
and I
that
felt
helps
it a
with
little bit.
anxiety, right? It helps with is to be able to focus on your breathing rather than the thing that's
it
triggering?
calms you down, because with anxiety, you basically have so many endorphins inside of your body that are just firing off. And how do you settle all your nerves? You just take deep breaths, because it'll start to oxygenate and clean out the oxygen in your body. So yeah.
Yep, we in for a treat.
Yes, indeed.
We are definitely in for a treat. So,
Yes,
in absence of Tay, she couldn't be here today. So, all the kids are going back to school.
Yes.
Shout out to the children.
Shout out to
going
the
back
babies
to school.
back in
Getting
school.
educated.
Getting educated. They going back. They get out of June 1st. They go back June 30th. So,
For real. I was hearing that.
I don't understand what happened to after Labor Day. I don't understand.
don't wear white on Labor Day and go back to school.
Right.
That was the golden rule of September. Like, I don't know. Something really went bad. But shout out to all the parents that are out here school shopping and hustling and bustling to get these babies in school.
Getting it done for these kids, baby.
And welcome to August, because that's part of that hustle and bustle in that Leo season. Yeah. So
It's that season.
normally we start off with the we talk about restaurants that made a hit list. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about these restaurants because it's just a quick, short group of them. Restaurants did pretty good. What I do is I go and I look at the health department and I see who's been naughty on the list. And
Good.
Yeah, and I share it with the public.
This is valuable information.
Yes, it
valuable
is.
information.
Right? Yes.
It's normally not places that we dine, and I'm really happy to say that our black restaurants have been keeping in line because they don't make this list. And that's important to me because people have a image about what they think black businesses look like and how they act and how they behave. And it's far from that, at least in Las Vegas, okay? So I'm going to start off with the Supermercado Los Compadres Takeout. Baby, I love the Mexican spots.
She is famous.
I love the Spanish restaurants. I love me some Mexican food. However, Supermercado Los Compadres Takeout, 4381 Stewart Avenue. They got a C grade. They got 29 demerits. And really, I just went for the C grades because those are the people who are, they it's too much. Yeah, they are really borderline and on some closure. Island Pacific Seafood Market, 317 North Nellis, was closed today. They only got 14 demerits, but they were closed, so the health department felt that they were an imminent health hazard.
Wow.
Well, it's seafood, so I couldn't imagine.
In 115-degree weather.
I know.
Oh my God, that's just so
I
scary.
know, right?
It's so scary.
This is
scary.
exactly why we bring it to you, because it's wild out there. And seafood poisoning, any kind of food poisoning will just tear your life up.
It tear your life up. So, Stacks and Yolks, which is one of my favorite spots. Not this particular one, but 7150 South Durango got a C grade. They got 29 demerits. Thai Original Barbecue, 4180 South Jones, got 36 demerits. They got a C grade. So maybe they are original because they shouldn't be on this list.
Okay.
And then Papa's Gyro's Great Basin Cooking Company got closed. They're on 63 North 30th Street. So I don't know what they're cooking over there with the gyros and the basin and the it's a cooking company. Get it together. And then Gerardo's Tacos, and we were just talking about tacos.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just feel like they got a C grade. They got 30 demerits. It's 6450 West Lake Mead. So y'all be safe in these streets when you are out dining.
Be safe in these streets.
Hey, Vicky, you had a call or somebody called in. What did she say her name was?
I forgot.
Girl, you got to rewind the show when the show is over. But one of your people called, and she was real. She was excited to
talk to you.
Yeah, so. Yeah, so today we have Miss Love Doctor. Now that we got through the food portion, what is your favorite food, and what would be even your favorite restaurant in Las Vegas if you had one?
Man, I don't think I have a favorite. I think I have like a right now.
Okay.
And right now it seems to be salad and crab legs.
Okay.
Don't ask me
Together?
why.
Separate? Or?
Whatever floats my boat. Like, I'll come in, I'm like, what do I want to eat? And I typically try to keep me a little bag, a little stash of crab legs anyway, because you never know, you know. And I was talking to, shout out to Doug. He calls me Ma. He's my son, S-U-N. And he like, Ma, who eats crab legs in the afternoon for lunch? I was like, what's the problem? He like, that's fancy as hell. I'm like, no, but if that's what you like, that's what you like, you know. Right. It used to be surf and turf, but I done kind of let go of the turf a little bit. So crab legs are still in the thing. So
that's where we are. And where would you go dine if you were looking for some really good seafood?
Lately, I'll probably go to like Urban Crawfish or I like Vikings. They all pretty much the same to me if you really think about it. Yeah. But typically, I like to cook them myself because I cook them different every single time. Okay. And I never know what I'm going to get. That's what I like about it. Okay. I season them different. I might grill them.
What might be different in your seasoning?
The seasoning is always going to be different. Like, I make my own seasoning, so I might make one that's more savory or more this or whatever. And I've been using a couple little secret seasonings that you would not think go.
I don't need to know the secret. Just have me.
I'll tell you. Okay, I got you. We can do that. Right? That's easy. We could definitely do that. And when they saw me do it, my sister and them saw me do it. They're like, let me try that. And it was good. It was good.
That don't have their shit together when the health department shows up. Eating at home is always best.
Yes.
It really is.
I agree.
And if you
I
can
don't trust.
cook, it's hard to trust. And so, you know, these men, and we're going to talk about this a little bit too. They have an issue when you talk about you want 5-star Michelin restaurants and shit. Well, the reason you want that is because a lot of the low grades aren't really serving it up like they used to.
Yeah.
I mean, Fridays ain't Fridays like it used to be.
Right.
They're losing the value because they're too busy trying to cut ends in the wrong space.
In the wrong
places.
You raising the price, but you know,
lowering the quality.
Lowering
of the
the
food.
quality,
right, and service,
I was just
service.
about to add that.
Service,
yes,
I don't trust. Ever since COVID, I literally don't go out to eat as much as I used to, but I'm getting out there a little bit.
That was
more.
a very strong turn of events when it came to food restaurants.
Right.
You know, I prior to the Big C, I didn't have a problem like going to places like Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Right. That kind of Outback Steakhouse.
A buffet.
But after, I wouldn't fool with Red Lobster. You know, if the date was fire, like we need to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's just because the food. Now the biscuits are still the same.
I bought a box to make some at the house, so we can put them with our crab legs
at the house, and they have the same effect.
They do. They definitely do.
They did
I had
good.
to tell somebody when I went to the restaurant, even though you have on your PPE, but they don't realize that it's not just to protect you, it's protect us. So he's scratching his head. He done picked up his cell phone. I said, listen, change them gloves before you grab my food. You're like, what?
Yeah.
I'm just going back to the house. I'm back to the house.
Right. I have an issue with walking through a restaurant with your food just out and just walking.
Is this your table? They have this table. Like, no, crazy.
Because I can see the energy that we have a blast. If service is great, we're gonna have a blast.
Right.
If it's not, we got to figure out who really gonna break the news to the manager.
Come with a service and a smile, because I'm a business owner as well. So I want you to come to me and tell me if there's an issue versus bashing me or whatever. But I really want you to take heed to this issue because it's big for me. It may not be big for you, but
Right. But I'm spending money here, and I think what I have to say is important.
Yeah,
it absolutely.
What's
is.
your pet peeve? What's the one thing that you besides the scratching of the hair, obviously the obvious. What is the one or two things that would have you leave a restaurant?
Besides dirt, anything. I'm very crazy when it comes to this cleanliness. And if I can see that there's no washing of the hands. Like I went to an event and the lady, they had a taco lady there. She was cool and everything, but I didn't eat one thing. I don't eat work gatherings. I don't eat when other people cooking. I don't know what's going on with it.
Yes,
because
I
just don't know. I
just
know people
buy food when you're coming to the cookout. You know what I'm saying?
I know your
Make it safe
chicken
for
dumplings
everybody.
is the best, but do you wash your damn hands?
Exactly.
And do you wash the chicken? You know what I'm saying? Like,
how do you wash
and then how do you prepare the chicken? And do you separate it when it's raw from the other food? You know,
And what do you have on while you cooking it?
And it drives my
I
kids
seen somebody
nuts.
go live and they still had their work clothes, badge, the whole nine. And my brother was like, she's not gonna eat it. She's not gonna eat it. They're like, I made this for you. I'm sorry. I watched how you prepared it. I'm not gonna be able to do that.
I'm not gonna be able to do it.
And I just can't get around it.
Yeah, that's a problem. I mean,
what
everybody
they say, cleanliness is close to godliness.
Yes, cleanliness
for that reason.
is next to godliness.
Yeah, when you come in my house, I do have a lot of pet peeves. I'm not even gonna lie, but when you come in, I would expect you to probably take your jacket off and wash your hands. If you're gonna go in the kitchen, you're like, what's in this pot? And what's in there? I'm like,
and don't be dipping. You know, when we were in school, I was in culinary school, so I learned a lot of sanitation do's and do nots. And the people who take the serving spoon and dip it into the soup pot or whatever it is you're trying to, get a sample of and dip it back in there is a huge problem for me. And I don't know that you've done that.
Yes, right? That's what I'm saying.
So it's a lot of people that like to lick the spoon and stick it back on in there for service.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Taste. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
And I'll be sitting right there. I won't say a word. And my mom, I'm not eating that.
I'm not eating that.
You don't want anything? I'll be like, no, thank you.
You know, the other thing that bothers me, too, is people with really, really long nails digging in stuff like they're making, say they're
potato
making...
salad.
Or, anything that you might have to put your hands in. Like you're making a patty of some type, burger and stuff, and you got these nails. That's a pet peeve for me that
I don't like that
I'm
at
just
all.
not going to do it.
Can I tell y'all how bad I am?
Please.
I don't even touch raw meat.
Yeah.
Really?
I'll do a whole cookout, barbecue,
with
everything.
The gloves.
Probably not gloves. Like, I've gotten so good at it where it's like fork, knife,
tongs.
Tongs. Okay. And never touched the meat. Hamburger, nothing.
Oh, okay.
It's bad, huh?
Well,
no, that's not bad. I mean, but
I'm close.
I'm
not
that's
that bad. I will slap that chicken and,
right.
Pop, pop, pop.
Right. Or that turkey. Zoundoo beef.
But what I won't do is, if I've got to massage raw food, I'm not going to do it with my raw hands.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the gloves on. So if I need to marinate something and I need to get it in there, it's a lot of things you need to use your fingers for. When you're making certain soufflés and things that are very light, like whipped cream, you actually need to break the egg. You don't have to, but break the egg in your hand so that the yolk can run out.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Gloves.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
So have some in the little drawer in the kitchen right there on the side.
Yes. Yes. I don't even like washing dishes at this point with my raw hands. It's just too hard on your hands.
I don't like doing dishes either.
That is true.
But food aside, I want to talk love because I do believe that love breaks bonds. It crosses barriers. I believe when nothing else is left, there will be love.
Yes, because that is it. That is the main ingredient, right?
Put the hand back on the heart, baby. That was a message.
Right.
Okay. And so I just want you to kind of take it away in terms of how you started.
Right.
And what keeps you motivated and how you feel overall about love and spreading love.
Honestly, I want to say that I've been this person the whole time. But I'm very protective of myself. So me more so like hiding, let's say Miss Love Doctor, because I know what she brings, and basically it's kind of like a more vulnerable portion of me. Like everybody know Tasha, you know what I'm saying? Tasha gonna come outside, she's gonna have a good time, she's gonna do this, but to see the more caring person that I've always been. I've been a helper. I was a CNA at 16.
Oh, wow.
So I'm a helper. I can't get away from it, you know. But as far as this dream and this passion and this career manifesting, it more so started in college, right? Okay. And then I would see random people, like still to this day, random people stop me, talk to me, and I don't know what I say to them. And it's just something from the heart, and it's something that they needed to hear. I don't know why the universe sent them to me, but it was happening all the time. And my friends are like, "Why are you going to school for accounting, bro? You're a therapist." And I was just like, because I'm gonna be a big time business woman, and I'm gonna do this.
I got other plans.
Right.
Yeah, but those
I got
plans,
many plans.
but plans don't always be what you think they're going to be.
Right.
So by me moving to Las Vegas, they didn't want to accept any of my accounting credits. And I took all of my core classes. I didn't take my prereqs.
Okay.
So that kind of like disturbed
that's a throwback.
me.
Right.
And then once I was like, all right, I'm going to go back, they put me in as a junior because I did have that many credits.
Okay.
But it was like managerial accounting, bam. And I was like, I had an asthma attack. I had an anxiety attack because I need a refresher. Even though I thought I still knew it, and I was still, but no. And a friend of mine's, I do give her a lot of credit. She's like, you are a therapist. Go for this and go for that. And I started peeking into it, and I couldn't decide.
Okay.
Right? Who do I want to help? Because they tell you, do you want to be
pick
an
a
MFT?
demographic
You got to
or-
do this. You got to have
Pick
a
a-
niche. So I just did human services. I'm like, I'll study humans. It's an umbrella over all of them.
Right.
Right? Okay. So then I started there, but then they'll say, and these are things that I thought about like more recent. They say, what are you going to be in the next 5 years? And I was like, I'm going to be the #1 love doctor. Random, okay?
Right.
Don't remember that until like lately,
Later.
you know. And I found a vision board, and on the vision board we did it in like 2017, and it was very small at the bottom, and it said #1 love doctor. I called my friend like, when did we do this vision board? This by now I'm already in the midst of my career. Now we're at the end of college. They're like, hey, what you gonna do?
Right.
And I was like, who am I gonna help? And I prayed about it, and I manifested on it. And I'm like, there's not one person I want to help. There was a portion of me that really want to help the helpers in life because I'm a helper. So I was thinking doctors, lawyers. Mental health isn't good. I got 2 parts of the heart. Now, I'm like, the community is suffering, especially our black community. And I'm going to just keep it 100. As far as our women goes, this is how I view it. We have us against ourselves. We have other black women against us.
Right.
We have black men against us. And then we have everybody else in the world against us. I'm like, who's going to be for us?
Right.
Don't worry about it. I got that, right? So then I was like, looking deeper into it. I was like, you know what? At the end of the day, what do everybody need? And there's one thing that no matter what race, what religion, where you come from, when you come out that womb, before you come out the womb, you need love.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They tell you right away, what do they say? Skin to skin contact. So therefore that baby feels love because we need it. It's not something that we want. It's not something that we should be out looking for. It's something that we need.
Top of the food chain.
And I was like, I'm not going to go around trying to tell people like, you need to love. You need. So
how do
the
you
Spirit
deliver
told
that?
me, it's about self-love. You teach self-love. You teach love from within, and everything outside will run its course. So my program that I put together is only solely based on restoration of self-love.
Okay.
So we're restoring, we're repairing, we're rebuilding, and once you get out there, you're going to be replenished, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And you're going to be ready
Fresh.
for whatever. You know, you can love your children healthy.
Right.
You can love this spouse. You can love your neighbor
Right.
without having all this issues and turmoil and your heart all full of gook, you know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of how I came to all of it.
Okay.
And then, how do you deliver that? Because
Yeah.
that was a mouthful. But then, how do you narrow that back down and go ahead? Because
I don't feel like doing 4,000 hours of interning, then paying for the intern, then paying for my exam. I was like, I just want to finish school and start making some of this money back from these loans we already got. So in the midst of my last year, I went and I got I took a couple of courses. One was for certified life coaching, and it was a 12-week program. I did it in 4. Then I was like, you know what? I had couples calling me all the time. I don't want to not be educated in that, so I went back and got my certification for relationship coaching. And then in the midst of that, I ended up getting the certification for postpartum doula as well. Well, I'm a birthing doula too, but I don't want to do that.
Oh, have you had any experience?
Just one.
And how did that go?
It's a lot of energy. Like,
yes.
I'm an empath, so
okay.
I don't want to. That's a lot
that
of energy
is
for
a lot
me
of
to
energy.
That is a lot.
in pain.
Yeah.
So come on, see me after. Right before you had a baby,
okay.
we could meet, and after, but I
right.
don't. The birthing doula, I let that stay to the people who got that type of energy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we Andre Lemon is a doula, right?
She's a birthing doula. Yes, she is.
Nice.
Yeah. So we grew up.
They're important.
They are important, and quite frankly, had I known if they were as readily available when I was having children, I wouldn't do anything else. I had 2 bad experiences with the doctors. One of them. I just have to share this experience, y'all.
Yeah, it's yours.
So I am pregnant with my second child, so I'm familiar with what I'm feeling and what I'm going through. But this is exceptionally painful. This is beyond the pain that I was used to with my first child. And so by the time I get to the hospital, I am yelling, kind of. I'm very vocal about what's going on with the pain. Honey, I had a doctor who was a huge white man, probably shouldn't have even been,
You still got some PTSD from
Let it
that
flow.
experience.
Let it flow. You let that out.
Definitely traumatizing because what he did was, on the way to the delivery room, he stopped the whole flow of the show. It's the nurse, it's my mom, it's me. I'm on the gurney. We head into the birthing room, and he stops and turns around and says, "Listen, get a hold of yourself. It does not feel that bad." Now, I'm young too, right? I'm still young, so
wow.
But my mother, who plays -0 games. Right. She will never let you get away with anything.
Ever, never.
Thank God for mama.
She said, first of all, you're a man. How do you know what she's feeling? And secondly, so they just start going back and forth. I am in the middle of the walkway headed to the birthing room. Yeah, and I'm still beyond understanding of why I'm in so much pain. Needless to say, fast forward a little bit, after they went back and forth, he gets in the delivery room and looks at my mother and said, "I don't have to be here." She said, "You damn sure don't. I will deliver this baby."
Wow.
And I was like, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. He walked out. So the nurse walks out. Meanwhile, right. He should have. He took a moment.
He should have.
He came back with the nurse, and come to find out, baby girl was face up instead of head down. So my body wasn't giving.
Right.
Because it's her face coming out, right? Yeah. So I'm like, this motherfucker, he was like, "Oh my God, I really owe you guys an apology." He's breathing and gasping. And I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, "I'm going to have to cut her." Why? So anyway, I digress when I say that. The whole reason behind it was I had a midwife with my third baby who got up on the gurney table with me, lowered it down, crossed her legs, Indian style, sat in front of me and guided this baby out. I had no stitches, no tears, and nobody telling me what I'm not feeling. And then she massaged the opening while, so she, it was a whole different experience. So shout out to those people who
really,
right,
and understanding.
Well,
it'd be different.
And he's the kind of man who exemplifies why our black women die on the table.
Yes, he is, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because he left me there before he even realized that there was actually some real complication. And it was complication that it was going to cost my baby. Her face came out completely swole. She looked almost inhuman. I cried because her face was what was taking the brunt of coming through the birth canal. So she still got pretty lips to this day. That's what Lacey got them lips from.
Lacey is gorgeous.
So, is that something that you would expound on as far as the after part? Would you like to see that part of your journey grow in helping postpartum?
I think that the birthing doulas are very important for that aspect of it. I'm more so wanting to ensure that the mental, physical, and emotional health is in place afterwards, because now you're going from a extremely high hormonal state to extremely low. hormonal
right.
state.
That's right.
All of it in an instant.
That's right.
So it's like you have to try to figure out, get your bearings back.
Right.
If you had a cesarean, body poop parts is moving back into place.
Right.
This baby literally took everything, brain matter, bone matter.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Everything from you.
Drove
So
your
you
sugar
are-
up. You got gestational diabetes. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I
Because
just
you're
want to
growing
throw
a
something,
human being.
and I want to throw something in there. And this is not the radio station. This ain't nobody. This is my view. Come at me if you want to. But I support the women with wombs
Yeah.
for that very reason.
It's crazy.
There is no comparison while we out here fighting about what a woman
the
looks
women,
like
women.
and
You
what
know
a
what?
woman
You
is
know
designed.
what? You know what?
There's no, you can't.
I
There's
digress.
no comparison.
It's not. And,
Right.
I think that's really what made me more passionate about this, because this world is ran by men. So they
Right.
will never know that you giving a woman a week or two off after having a baby, that's not enough.
Right.
They never know that we actually need 2 mental health days during our cycle. We need
Stop
it.
playing with
Yeah.
me.
We're in these
I would take 'em.
offices
Oh my gosh.
suffering.
Mhm.
And luckily, when
Absolutely.
you work with other women, they have some type of understanding and
Right.
compassion for you.
Right.
Because you could just give your boss a look like, she'd be like, oh, you need
Go
to go
take
to the
some
house.
time.
Don't
Yeah,
lay
right.
down.
Go take some
Right.
time.
I need to lay down. I'm suffering. And it's just like, you don't understand that 6 weeks that they give you, that's just the
That's
basic.
just a
That's
yeah.
That's a basic
bare
6
minimum.
weeks.
Bare
So
minimum.
you need that 6 weeks. So for you men who feel like you can't wait 6 weeks, you better rub that dingaling, because you need that vagina to come back. No, seriously,
Right.
everything that's going on with her, because your mental is different.
Right.
You have a new human
Yeah.
being.
Yes,
You're
you
trying
do.
to
You
figure
will
out
never
life.
be the
How am I going
same.
to raise this
Exactly.
person? You have a
Yes.
lot going on, and you still have the rest of the life still happening.
Right.
That's why we come in and provide the village. We have to come in and provide the village, because sometimes, let's be honest, the villages have been destroyed.
They have.
Yes, they have.
And so, how does one reach you? Let's for the people
Yeah.
who are looking for that type of support. How do they find you? Because I was just thoroughly impressed when I was stalking. So when I have visitors come along, yeah. So I clicked on a couple buttons, and another button led to another button, and that button led to services.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this is so nice and professional. So how do they reach you?
My website is actually being rebuilt as we speak, but I am on all socials at Miss Love Doctor, MIZZLOVEDOCTOR. And you can find me. I'm outside. No, I'm just kidding. Definitely find me here on High 702.5 on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. We
Okay.
talking about love and matters of the heart. So yeah, we be here. 'Cause
We
y'all
be
gonna have to, we
here.
gonna have to boomerang this thing back,
Yeah.
and then y'all be.
And shout
on
out
our
to your
side.
co-host, no shade, to Beauty on the Beat. I have
Yes,
to
she is.
mention that. It just so happened that we connected and was so excited. I was like, just
Yeah.
come on, because
Yeah.
one of the things that I did not know, and I watched the show on Wednesday, you actually published a book, and it made me
Right.
swipe my damn hand. I'm like, bitch, you've been working on a book for 10 years.
Right.
It's now
Motivation.
12.
Motivation.
Right.
But I will say this to my defense, y'all. I actually have 3 books in the making and one screenplay. So
It's coming.
yeah,
It's
they were
all in that
all.
timing.
So I'm looking for a contract for anybody who wants to know. I got 3 books and you know what I'm saying.
Somebody brought me a copy yesterday.
Look at this.
Oh, nice.
And I was
Daily
like
Dose of
smiling. It's Daily Dose of Love. It's just a self-love prompt book. So it's
Okay.
not a workbook, which I am working on a workbook that
Okay.
kind of helps you, guide you through the process of restoration.
Okay.
But I was just, doing something one day, and I did a
Can I see that?
self-love. I did a self-love calendar, a month of self-love on Facebook. And I will post it weekly, and everybody does something weekly, even though I should have just used that instead of, making a brand new stuff. But I was just like, you know what? Let me just do it. Let me just push myself out there and do it. Not thinking about how much it was going to be like, you published. And I'm like, I'm real humble. So I was just like, no, I just couldn't
Girl, let me
start it.
publish a book. You ain't gonna be able to. You better get on in here and talk to me while you can, because I'm gonna be like, I published that book. Do you even understand?
But like you said, you got some other books coming. When you have that in you, there is more. So this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
And they told me to just change my wording to it's the beginning. It's not. The beginning.
Yeah.
Yes,
ma'am.
That
Congratulations.
Is very nice.
So where can we find that book? It's on Amazon, right?
On Amazon, yes.
Bring it.
Like I said, it's MIZZLOVE, and it's called Daily Dose of Love. So it's just like a little prompting, you know.
Is it daily prompting or?
Yeah, and there's different little activities. So I have mirror work in there. Like this one says, I am light, I am joy, I am love. Mm-hmm. And then you kind of just journal after you speak those words to yourself. And then you start to pour into yourself a little bit more every single day.
Right.
That's right.
That's right. I just started journaling as of recent. And I will say that from an emotional and a mental perspective, I do it in the morning when I wake up after I
just filter it.
And I just filter it, and it helps a lot. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize how much it helped me also process emotions and feelings that I have that I didn't necessarily
even think about. And the beauty of it is you can look back. That's what I like. So when I do my couples when they're getting married as the officiant, I gift them a love journal. Okay. And it's just usually a notebook, but I'm going to have to get them a real love journal now.
Got it. Because it's official.
But I want them to journal their first year. And so that they can always look back on that first year of how they felt. And then let's say we get 10 years in and they're like, I don't even know why I love them. Let me see that journal. Let me see that journal.
Where is this dude? I want this dude back.
Where he go? Where she go?
And let's figure out where we lost it. Because there's something happened. It's always
along
something. It's not, if you really truly love somebody, it's not like, I don't love you no more.
Right.
It don't just really happen like that.
It don't.
Sometimes, I mean, unless it was fake, we just going to be real.
Right,
like that.
Very true.
But if it's real, true, genuine love, something usually happens and life throws a lot of curveballs and you just kind of get lost.
Yes, it does.
So, quite a few people have joined. I want to recognize. So, again, shout out to Miss Vicky. Undrafted All-Star says, ladies, what it do?
Hey, what's going on?
Naomi Star's in the house. My auntie Linda's in the house. MJ, who is just such a loyal regular. He said he got real sick eating at a work event 15 years later. I don't do it no more. No. I never ate at the pizza. I just... And my kids actually get mad at me sometimes because they be like, Mommy, you don't even want to eat our food. I'm like, I just don't know what that is. If it ain't me that prepared it, I struggle.
Oh, my God.
I got to know you personally. I got to know how your house looks. Where's the cat?
Where's the cat or the dog?
People be letting their cat and the dog in the kitchen.
But I didn't letting them try on the licking spoon.
Right.
Anyway. And so MJ said there was an episode on Hospital. Yeah, I saw it. That show where a mother died right after childbirth because the white nurse and doctors thought the woman was being overdramatic. So my daughter had the same experience too.
That's how Western medicine.
Well, you got to think about it. See, this is what I tell people.
You lose a lot of blood.
Why we are the way we are. We can never forget about our history.
Right.
So they're physically taught in school.
They are.
That we have a higher pain tolerance because they beat us and they thought they probably couldn't handle what we were handling, but it still was torture no matter what because we're humans. So yeah, they're taught to treat us differently.
Yes,
in the medical field.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I had
it just
kidney
so
stones.
happened that Taylor had a black doctor, and it matters.
Yeah, it does.
The doctor came back in and said, you're losing too much blood.
Oh, wow.
So what I'm about to do is going to hurt real bad, but I got to get your stomach pumping. So she had to pump her stomach right after birth. So, it's already sore and tender.
Right.
She didn't care, so she had to really get it to start to clot. But it was a prime reason. Everybody left the room. And here my baby is
bleeding.
That's right. But the doctor came back and said, "Oh no. This is too much blood because you don't know how much is too much,
right?
Based on all of the fluids that come out after birth. So I don't know how we got directly into the birthing thing, but same experience.
Black faces matter, absolutely. Because my first baby, I had a black doctor, black nurse. Everybody was black. I was like stunned, but I was in Oakland.
Right.
So I gave birth in Oakland, so I guess that made a difference. But she was a cute little petite thing. My daddy was so happy to see her because he was like, "Oh, your whole staff is black." So that was That impressed
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
The second
it's
go
a good
around-
look.
Yeah, and
only
it makes you
because
feel a little bit more
we've
comfortable.
been pushed out. We've been iced out.
We've been
So
definitely.
when we see it, we're like, "Hey, girl."
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Because anything else has the potential to be cold.
Yes.
You know, like I'm just another. You just stepped in long enough to deliver this baby. You don't care what happens afterwards,
care.
and you out of here.
Don't care.
But my first doctor, his name was Dr. Massengill. He was great.
He should have been great.
Shout out to Dr. Massengill.
Dr. Max.
Girl.
He should have been great.
Oh, that is hilarious.
But bring it on back to love. I want to quickly read an excerpt from my book. I've been reading excerpts from the book because it gives me motivation. And this one, I just pull, what I do is I'll just pull out one of the sheets and whatever comes out. It's kind of like when you open the Bible and whatever it lands on, you read that scripture.
Go with this.
Yes.
So this one is making a lasting impression. Just as a first impression is a crucial one, so is an overall lasting impression. The idea that you are in somebody's thoughts long after you're gone is a lasting thought. Is a lasting thought. By simply being you, the best self, being your best self, is enough to leave your being on somebody's mind. There has rarely been a person that I have met along the way that I don't make my presence or absence felt. It is vital to me to make the best of every situation as quickly as I can. I want to begin every meeting with a smile, kindness, respect, a positive attitude, and an open mind. How I enter into a situation is how I measure the outcome. So making a lasting impression, that's one of the chapters.
Okay.
Come on, inspiration.
I know. That is very
It's gonna be
inspirational.
published soon. Okay.
Yeah, it's like leaving that perfume scent.
Yes.
So we go for high-end perfumes
Yep.
that have beautiful scents and that last and that blend in with your body.
Yes.
When you leave the room, you're like, oh my gosh, she smells wonderful. And she
Yep.
left her scent.
And she left it.
It's that kind of
A lasting. Scent.
Yes.
mhm,
Absolutely.
lingering. It lingers on. So, but, so with the wedding and officiating, what is the one thing that so you have the journal, but what is the one thing that you would send a couple off with?
Their personalized vows.
Okay.
That's one thing. Sometimes the couples don't know how to put their words into to perspective. So I've created what is as like an assessment, and I kind of like ask specific questions. So therefore, when I write the vows, I just plug in their words. So therefore, it's still their feelings, their emotions, and everything like that. And so when they hear it,
It's still
they're
natural.
like, okay,
Right,
you know,
you read
especially
me.
especially the ones that are like, I've married a comedian, you know, so it's their personality in the vows. But you know, I was able to do that, and I'll print it out for them and put it in a frame.
Lovely.
Have you ever counseled or couples that you kind of, because you're an empath, so I know you can pick up energy and you can feel when, you know, something is a little different. Have you ever encountered that with a couple where you knew maybe they weren't evenly yoked?
Yes.
Or do you tell them? Or how do you?
No.
How do
you can't really just tell them, because you know,
Well,
when coaching
yeah.
is not about telling anybody anything
Right.
anyway. It's about you sorting things out and figuring it out for
Okay.
yourself. And I'm helping, guiding you, and coaching you along the way. But I'm very honest.
Okay.
And I make everybody sign an honesty clause before we do anything. Because if you come to me and you lying and blowing smoke up my ass, you're going to leave the same way you came.
Absolutely.
So come here with intentions on being very, very honest, and I'm going to do the same. So if it comes to a place where there's something that needs to be said, I've said it. And, you know, the husband, he fired me, but it was cool.
It's always
Because it
the
was my
men.
truth. It was because it was him. You know it was him.
Right.
And I couldn't say it. And the wife came back.
Oh.
She came back and she was like, I never really wanted to fire you. And then when everything kind of like
Started
dust
to-
settled,
Right.
she's like, why you just didn't tell me? I was like, I couldn't.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
not my
because in
job.
reality, you knew. I'm listening to you talk. This is your story. You're talking to me. I don't know you. So if
Right.
you're telling me these things, I'm listening to your words. You
right.
just got to start to believe in yourself and
Right.
listen to yourself.
Right.
Because it's you against you all day.
All day?
Right.
You know, so you don't have to be in competition with anybody else when you are fully in tune to yourself. So I was like, it wasn't nothing for me to tell. You told me. You knew what it was.
Yeah.
You just wasn't ready to let go.
Yeah. Or face it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's heavy.
Yeah, right.
You said, typically know, just like your journaling, right?
Yes.
It's words and thoughts and feelings. You be like, no, God damn it.
Yep, absolutely. I know.
What was you gonna say?
Who, me?
No, you said.
Because you said it's always to me, and I was like, is that usually the case where it's always to me?
It's not always. It's not always. A great percentage, but it's not always. No.
Well, the reason why I felt like it might be a greater percentage, and I could be just off, but is because, first of all, it's hard for black men to listen to a black coach or therapist in many cases. And what's she gonna tell me?
It's so funny.
And she's gonna always side with. She's gonna side with the woman. You know, that's the expectation.
That's true.
Versus dividing the truth between.
First thing they say is, we don't need no coach.
We don't need
We're good.
one.
And I'm looking at the woman, and she's looking at me like,
yeah, we do.
Who?
With 1,000 blinks, and I'm like,
yeah, we really do.
Okay.
Blink twice if he hurting you, girl. Blink 3 times if you want out.
She's like, no, we need some coach. We don't need no coach. You know, that's fine. You know, but most times, society is showing us what it is for real. You know, everything. The numbers ain't lying.
They sure
you know, but we can't sit here and say that all men do this, all women do that, you know. So once they realize that I'm human based, then they more so come in. But the funny part is the same men that be like, we don't need a coach, those are the ones that want to come sit next to me and ask me these little probing questions, and I know what they doing, so it's cool, you know. And next thing you know, it's cute because you'll hear them say, well, yeah, I was talking to the love doctor, and I'm like, okay, so you was listening.
So
too.
you listening.
So you were listening.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's so much better when they listen.
Listen to understand
Listening
and to comprehend.
For an understanding.
Because they could be listening to you all day, but if they don't understand what you're saying or comprehend, you just talking for no reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, what do you want to leave the people with as far as who you are, how you want to affect the world?
Some inspiration.
Some inspiration in terms of self-love, because that's the beginning of everything. It sounds like that you do.
I genuinely want us all, the world, to be healed. I genuinely want everybody to experience real love. I genuinely want us to all get along and live life how we're designed to live life.
Right.
Because all this extra shit is not the way we're designed.
Right.
You know?
It's not the design.
So it's not the design.
Yeah.
So when people are like, well, this is reality and da-da-da-da-da. And I've been told by people, and I understand that they feel how they feel, like, what makes you feel like you're qualified to... I said, well, I'm human. You human.
Right.
It takes nothing for me to love the both of you ladies just because you're human.
Right.
That's first.
Right.
You know, but secondly, it's like, I know that what I require, I know what love feels like, and I know that it's a healer.
Yes.
And I know that it's a blender and it's a mender, and if we take our war and put in love, then what we get?
That's right.
And that can be globally. That can go across the world. And when you said the world, I'm like, look at her manifesting for me.
Yeah.
Because when I asked, I said, okay, universe, God, ancestors, all of y'all, come in here and talk to me.
Come sit down.
How am I going to
roll
help?
this out?
If this is what you need me to do,
Right.
how am I going to heal people at a masses? Because if it's just one heart at a time, I'm good with that.
Right.
As long as it's healed.
Right.
Right? But you have a world full of people that are hurting.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
a lot of them don't
Definitely.
even know they're hurting. They
That's
operating out of trauma.
That's right.
And I was one of them. You know, so I know what it looks like. Like, you know, that wasn't me. When I acted like that, that wasn't me. You know that wasn't me.
That wasn't my
But
character.
if hurt people are with hurt people,
Yes.
they can't say, girl, you hurt.
Right.
Like, you need to get some help. There's something wrong with you because you're not acting like yourself. They'll say, oh, there's something wrong with this bitch. You know, she acting like, oh. And then they'll turn on you. Now, you stuck with that. What's wrong with everybody else?
Right.
But you have to take your time for yourself and really do some reflecting.
You really have to take time
And
for
understand
yourself.
who you are and be okay with who you are. Because
And
you're
be
perfectly
honest
fine.
with who you are.
Right.
That's
wrap
it.
your hands around it and say, yes, I went through
This is
this,
me.
I felt this, I saw
Right.
this, I experienced this.
And don't let nobody try to change you. You know, I mean, if you're negative, I get it. But when you are a good person
Right.
and your intentions are pure,
Right.
but it doesn't align with somebody else's agenda,
Right.
don't let them try to change you, because now you're trying to figure yourself out.
Right.
When you know yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
You've been with yourself your whole life.
Yeah.
You know, you all you got.
That's
so,
right. And love that self.
Love that self.
fully, 100%. From the top
So-
of the head to the bottom of the feet.
I recently today saw. I don't know if you saw it online, but are you familiar with Mr. Fab from Oakland, California?
Of course.
So he put on an event for black men in Oakland that suffer from
Yes.
depression and anxiety.
Wow.
And allowed the community of black men only in Oakland
Yes,
to come together and talk about what's on
did
them.
I
That
did a Let's
is
Talk
just
Love with Men. It was beautiful.
it
I
sends
think I saw
goosebumps
some
up my
advertisement, yeah.
spine just
Because
to
if
know
you can-
that
if-
people
If we can
are,
heal the black man, the black father, the black grandfather, the black
Oh,
men,
my gosh.
you guys don't understand that the black women are waiting for you
y'all
to heal.
to
We here.
heal.
I mean,
We've
we
been
are
here.
because we've
Yes.
been working on ourselves because
Right.
we're by nature we're givers and lovers and forgivers, and so we've been waiting for black men to admit, first I need help, secondly I
Right.
need the community, and thirdly I need my black woman. We are
Right.
waiting.
But this is what I tell them, and this is why I did it. And that was my very first Let's Talk Love. It was with men, and it was supposed to be all men and just me. And they came in, and they were ready for a conversation. They thought I was going to be like, oh, well, women
Challenging
is. So,
Yeah.
no,
No.
it was nothing like that. This was merely for them to be heard
Right.
and for them to feel like they have a place and they can be vulnerable and talk about how they feel.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I tell them, I said, I can have compassion for you because you're a black man. You know
Right.
why? Because you're black.
Right.
You understand? So regardless
Right.
if you're a male or a woman, my backpack might be pink, yours might be blue, but you got a gang of shit in there that I have in mine.
Right.
You know, and everything else might be different, but just those few things, being black in a white world, it's
Right.
almost like those two things alone, I
Right.
should be able to
Set us
understand
straight.
you.
Right.
And I should have more compassion for you.
Right.
And I shouldn't treat you like a certain way. So they be like, well, I don't know why black women do this. I said, do you care? Do you even care? Because if you cared just a little bit, you would understand that she going through the same shit you going through.
Right.
Right.
She
We
went
just-
to a
she
bank and
just
got
ex-
rejected just like you.
Yeah, she
get
expresses
treated
it
like shit at work
differently.
just like
Just
you.
like
Right.
But she doesn't have a space to express it because we're already coined as angry black women.
That's right.
So we suppress it.
Right.
Right.
And then we can't go to our black men because they going through their shit
Right.
and they're suppressing.
Right.
So we two big suppressing ass people and then we blow up.
Exactly.
You understand? Because I
Right.
can't talk to you about my problems, but we got
Yeah.
the same
Right.
problem.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Oh my
Woo,
God!
healing.
Where'd the time go? This is
I
crazy.
know.
This
So
was
how quickly
and this was
time
overdue.
flies.
Overdue. And I
Yes.
want to quickly make a quick announcement. My aunt, who is the marketing director for the Whispers, is having a volunteer service awards brunch for all of her volunteers that support her through
Wow.
all the breast cancer awareness, Pink Sunday, Shooting for the Pink, all these different things that she comes. And so that's going to be Saturday, August 19th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's $25 per person at Sam's Town. And you can, in the Searchlight Carson Room, you will be so amazingly affected by how volunteerism keeps the world moving.
Right.
People who dedicate their time, energy, money, resources to making something successful in the community, and that's what this is going to be about. So
That's
I just,
amazing.
if anybody wants to attend, you can actually find that on, I think you can find it through, what's that Eventbrite.
Eventbrite.
Volunteer Service Awards, Eventbrite.
Okay.
So we have come to the end of the show.
Yes, here we are.
And I still have stuff I want to say
I
because
do too. Cause
I just want to say, I feel
your
like
energy-
you are,
the
girl, you
energy
really
is-
are
Wait,
heaven
and you know what
sent.
people be
Deep,
saying
heavy.
that.
You're heaven sent. You
yes,
really are.
it is.
Thank you.
I feel
Yeah.
it like completely. I feel the love. I feel the energy. I feel the vibe.
It's them thighs.
And I'm telling you, ain't nothing like some black thighs. honey.
Right.
Some brown thighs.
Thunder.
So it's been a pleasure. thank you for everybody who
Yes,
joined
it
today.
has. I'm so glad you
Thank you
joined
guys
us today.
for
I wish you
having
guys
me
could
as
feel
your
the
guest.
energy in this room, the grins, the
Absolutely.
smiles, the wholesomeness, and we're going to send you out with some love. So send us
Peace.
out with something real nice.
You guys, be kind to yourself, okay? Don't talk bad to yourself. No negative self-talk. That's a whole movement.
Yes.
So people who are around me, as soon as you get ready, I'll give you the mama look. Do not do it. Be kinder to yourself, and then that makes sure you teach other people how to be kind to you.
Bottom line.
Absolutely.
In Jesus' name.
Absolutely.
Amen.
All right, we out. Thank
We
you.
out.
Join us
Peace,
next
love,
Thursday,
and
same
light.
time.
Good night.
This was fun. Thank y'all for tuning in.